everyone. Welcome to Atlas PEP Training Systems. Weight loss made simple for everybody. Again, today we're going to get into the bad part of dieting. We started talking about, remember, you'll get sick of it by the time we're done, Chico, calories in, calories out. Calories in is what you eat, calories out is what you burn. The math of it is, if you're eating more than you're burning, you have an extra 2,000 calories. If you're eating less than you're burning, you're going to have a negative and you're going to lose weight. What we're going to talk about now is what a lot of people don't want to tell you about, is what the bad part of dieting is. And I'm going to try and make this as simple as I can so that you can understand when you go on a diet what exactly you're risking. Okay? So if we do a typical diet here where you're eating 14,000 calories of food a week, okay? But you're only burning 12,000 calories of food a week. That means you have a positive change of 2,000 calories. That's extra weight. That's how the weight gets added on, okay? So what do you decide to do? People decide to diet, okay? Because there's only two ways you can change this. Or actually 3 ways you can combine the two. Diet, exercise, or a combination of diet and exercise. But we're going to focus on all those folks that decide just to diet because they don't want to change their exercise. So one thing you got to understand about the burning side of this is it's actually combined. It's a combination of 3 things when we're talking about how many calories you burn. It's not just exercise. It's not like there's no calories being burned, then you exercise, and then there's no calories being burned again. So one of the things that burns calories is exercise. So I do a 60-minute run. I burn 700 calories. That's 700 of the 12,000, or 700 of the 12,000 for the one day. Just moving around during the day, getting up, walking from your desk, down in the lunchroom, just moving around rather than just laying absolutely still, burns some extra calories. Again, it's a variable. Depends how much you move that day, whether you sit a lot and move or whatever. Here's the one that really matters. It's 3 letters called BMR. Stands for basal metabolic rate. What that simply means is for you to just live, you need to burn calories. So if all you did was lay in your bed and never ever moved, you would burn calories. At night, when you're sleeping, not moving, that's your basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories your body needs to burn to stay alive. In my case, a 6-foot guy at about 178, 180 pounds is going to burn somewhere around 1,1700 calories a day just to live, just to make my organs go and all that sort of thing, okay? That is another one of those physiological laws. That has to happen, okay? That is a number that your body decides it needs. Your body makes that decision on that BMR of what it needs. You need to remember that because that's what we're going to come back to, and this is where diets are going to backfire on you. All right? So we've decided to diet. All right? Great. You hop on a diet. Remember, we're talking about commercial diets, not the medical diets where you've got a professional helping you through and doing it right. Commercial diets, remember what I told you. They're designed to make you go from up eating here to down eating here somewhere, as low as they can get you, somewhat safely sometimes, somewhat not safely sometimes. But if they make that difference really big, you get usually a really quick response, and they get you to believe that it's their product, and you buy a whole lot more of their product, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now why short-term, particularly long-term, that's bad for you. So you go on a diet. That diet gets you down to 7,000 calories because it cuts down, it gives you a shake, it gives you something that controls your daily amount of calories. That's a big part of dieting. They want to control your daily amount of calories. And again, as I told you before, some of them will make you fast a day or two just to make sure that you get those calories down, because if you don't lose weight, you don't buy any more of their diets. All right? So let's say you got down to 7,000 calories. Most people that choose diet alone, this number over here, this burn number, doesn't really change that much. All right? So we drop down that 12,000 of what we were burning before. But this is all great, right? Okay? Person got 7,000. So I went from 14,000 to 7,000 on the cantaloupe seed diet. Okay? I got down to 7,000 calories a day. That's great. That cut in half. So now I've got 7,000 I'm bringing in, 12,000 I'm taking out. That means that I have a variance of 5,000 calories that is weight coming off. Those are calories that are coming off. Now, understand, weight loss is not this exact number science, okay? But we're starting to get a whole lot closer now that we can actually quantify the exercise side of it. That's the secret to the PEP program. We have done something that the industry has never ever done, which is quantify the exercise part of your calories, all right? So this is great. I'm going to do this for a while. And you know what? At 5,000 calorie variance, I'm going to lose a whole lot of weight really quick, which is not a good thing to do. Your body is not meant to lose weight any quicker than it puts it on, all right? So keep that in mind. Anything more than a pound, pound and a half, maybe even 2 in the beginning a day, any more than that, and you're doing the wrong thing, unless you have a significant amount of weight to lose, in which case it's going to come off a little bit faster. But eventually, a pound and a half coming off is a real weight loss that is going to really stay off. Okay? So we do that for a little while, and it's working great. Now, I'm losing a pound. I lost 2. I lost 5. I'm 6 weeks into it. I lost 20 pounds. I got all my money back because that was the deal. If I lost, I got my money back. And I'm losing that, and everything's going great, okay? All of a sudden, things start to slow down. I'm still eating my 7,000 calories. I haven't really changed this any, but I didn't have to do it before. But why isn't this working anymore? There's a big variance there. This is not working anymore. Because if you remember, one of the laws of physiology is the body is a self-sustaining mechanism. Your body is going to do whatever it has to do to keep itself alive. And dieting is no different, okay? So if you go back, way back to the dinosaurs, all right, food is what keeps our body alive. And we need to have a certain amount of energy in us, which is our fat, the amount of food we take in to keep us alive. Because our body knows, remember what our BMR is. That knows that I need 1,600 calories to stay alive. And because I'm eating 14,000, there's plenty of dinosaurs all over the place to eat. So my BMR does not need to change. My body doesn't need to change my BMR because I've got plenty of dinosaurs to eat. I don't need to feed off of my own body fat or whatever my stores of energy are. So that stays right where it is. Okay, now you go on a diet. And here's what happens. And we'll call it the hibernating bear theory. Helps you understand this a little bit better. All of a sudden, 14,000 calories of dinosaurs has dropped down to 7,000 calories of dinosaurs a week. Your body, you have no control over this. Your body goes into a panic mode because all of a sudden you're doing this 7,000 for an extended period of time, and your body now thinks dinosaurs are dying off. I got to get enough to live. So your body goes into shock and goes into what's called the starvation mode. The starvation mode. Your body feels as if life is starving it. Okay? Remember, self-sustaining mechanism. You can't stop that. Okay? BMR. You can't stop that. Don't let anybody tell you any differently. That's the story we're going to get into in another video. Okay? You now are 7,000 calories. Up here my BMR was okay because I was eating 14,000 calories of dinosaurs. Now I got 7,000 calories of dinosaurs. My BMR is not any good anymore. And it panics. and it goes in again to what's called starvation mode, which is your body feels it's being starved. So what does your body need to do? Okay? It needs to slow down this BMR. Okay? So up here, my BMR might have been 1700. That was good enough if I was getting 14,000 calories. All of a sudden down here, I'm not getting 14,000 calories anymore. So this 1700 could drop in half, okay? So let's say that goes down to 700, okay? Start to see the math here. This 12,000 now eventually works its way down to 6,000. Give or take some numbers here. Why? Because this is the math your body wants. Your body wants more, you eating more than you burn. It's why the entire country fights weight issues, because your body is forcing you to. So down here, eventually, when it realizes that that 7,000 is the number, it's going to change this number to below that. And as far below as it can go without killing itself. Okay? So now your minus 5,000 is a plus 1,000. So that little cantaloupe seed diet that you were on and was doing fantastic for so long, all of a sudden your weight's sneaking back up again. You're not doing anything different. You're eating the same cantaloupe seeds. You're moving the same amount. Everything's the same. But, you know, you had yourself down to 150. Now all of a sudden you're 152. Now all of a sudden you're 154. So now what do? Oh, people tell you got to take your diet down a little bit again, okay? So now we create this never-ending cycle. So you take your diet down to 5,000, okay? Your diet goes down to 5,000, it's below that, and your body eventually brings that down to 4,000. Okay? And these numbers are all arbitrary, but the point is, this is what dieting does to you, and this is why all those people you know get in that little cycle. I had diet, I lost a ton of weight, then I started gaining it back. Probably my fault. I'm probably not exercising or something. It has something to do with me, because what I can't have to do with the diet. The diet's perfect, okay? The food's perfect, all right? It's this cycle going 14, down to 7, down to 5, while this is going from 12 to 6 to 4, till you finally give up, okay? You finally give up. And then what happens? You give up, okay? You start heading back in this direction with your food. You're like, you know what, I can't live off of a leaf of lettuce